You know, the hardest part of anything is getting started, especially when it's pursuing a dream and something that you really want to do and want to accomplish. There's not a lot of guidance. There's not a lot of roadmaps on the how to. Um, and really, like that's where you have to start taking some of this stuff on your own. That's where you have to start figuring out what is it that I can do? What is it that I'm not doing? How can I get better? How can I get the exposure? I'm going to the camps. I'm doing what I need to do in the classroom, but I'm not finding any way. You still have to do more. Even if you're doing as much as you can do, there is still more to get done. Who knows about you on social media? Who knows that you have a platform? Who knows that you exist? There's so many different things that we can do in the age of technology that we have. You have to use it to your advantage. You can go on any university's website, get the email of the coach for the sport that you're playing, get their information, shoot them out um, uh, um, uh, an email with your information on it. You know, your grades, your position, your class, you're measurable in a little film. Say, hey, my name is such and such. I'm class of 2030. I play running back. I'm a shooting guard. I'm a third baseman. And you send the information out to the coach. This is my GPA. These are my measurables. And you have to start somewhere. Believe it or not, the more that you do that and you start crafting your emails or your attempts to talk to a coach better and be more mindful, those things start getting you some type of traction. If you're on Twitter or X, are you following coaches at universities that you may want to attend? Are you looking at who they already have on their rosters that plays the position that you play? Where do you measure up? Where do you measure up? Where do I stand? All of these things are extremely important. When we are going from hidden to revealed, there's so much that we have to do that we can control. Certain things we can't control. We can't control who we were born from and our family dynamics, right? I was born to a mom and dad, father crackhead, mother alcoholic, and just the most diverse background that you can think about. I actually was raised, I want to say, by a Hispanic family, or Puerto Rican to be exact. And then I moved in with an Irish family. I also grew up around a Jewish family. So I've seen diversity at its best, and that's what has helped me. And that's a major part of why I do what I do, because I know that it takes help. I know that it takes somebody being in your corner and believing in you and just supporting you as much as they can. So when I went through this journey with my son, I'm new to the state that I'm in, relatively new. Like nobody knows me here. I'm from New Jersey. There's a lot of Virginia, I'm in Virginia. So naturally, all of the people that I'm surrounded by are Virginians. And I like organic relationships. That's what I've always had, and that's how I move. But I understand, like, when you're playing sports, you have to get outside of your comfort zone. You can't just do it the way that you're used to doing it and think that you're going to get a result that you're trying to obtain. Parents, you have to be realistic. You know your child better than any coach. You know your child better than their friends. You're the parent, you're the guardian, you spend the most time with them. Everybody's not going D1. I said it. I'll say it again. Everybody's not going D1, but there are excellent opportunities, D2, D3, NAIA, and really a great starting point are JUCOs. Believe it or not, there's a lot of opportunities that still exist. Because your kid didn't make it D1 or didn't go D1 does not mean that your kid didn't make it. I've seen plenty of kids that my son has camped with around this country, Florida, Georgia, all over the place, that went to a D1 school and it's not what they thought it was going to be. D1 is extremely hard, but you can do it if you have the mindset. And parents, if you know your kid, like you know what they can and cannot do, you know what kid you can give your keys to your car, and you know the kid that you can't if you have multiple children. If you have one child, like you know how your child is, you know what gets your child upset, you know what motivates your child, you know what type of discipline that your child has naturally. You know who your kid is. But this recruiting thing, if I can be talking to myself 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I've been coaching and been a part of sports for over 25 years. So I've been ingrained in the game. And I didn't understand what I know now, but there's no excuse because there were plenty of people that were moving in a space that I could have been moving in, but I didn't. And I was just thinking that things were going to, by osmosis, come to us. That's not how it works. You have to put yourself out there. You have to make yourself available. You have to get to know people. You have to have that one coach or multiple coaches that are really, really into your child and can see the true potential. But not everybody's going to see the true potential of your child. Your kid can be at a high school and out of position, which in high school, a lot of times that happens because high school is a need-based business. So if your kid is 6 foot, 180 pounds, he might be playing guard where he should be playing safety possibly or cornerback. And because when he came out of rec league, maybe he was one of the bigger kids, he got used to playing on the line. And you got used to seeing him excel at that position. But you didn't think that this kid is just in a baby's body. At some point, this body is going to turn into a teenager's body, into an adult's body. So the transformation is going to happen. But you have to be able to see far beyond where you are. And then like if your kid is husky, big bone, has a solid, thick frame, you know already. You know what your kid weighed when they came to the planet. And so, but that's what this is all about. The recruiting process it's a process. You have to be in it to win it. You have to think about it as a marathon and not a sprint. You have to be willing to put in everything that you can put in to get the very result that you are trying to get. And so, with that being said, follow me, John Corporation, founder of Uplink Athletics. I'm on YouTube. Subscribe to my page. Anytime you see me on, just spend 20, 30, 40 seconds with me. And when you have time, especially if I have the long videos on, watch it. It's only going to help you. It's only going to help. Everything that I do is to help you become the greatest version of yourself, to help you families and parents navigate, because this is the part. A lot of times we don't want to have conversations with people, but in my book, The Secrets of College Sports Recruiting, it helps you. It makes it a lot easier. We're pulling back the layers. This doesn't have to be hard. This doesn't have to be guesswork. I've taken the guesswork out. This is a how-to. This is a DIY. How do I get this done for my son, for my daughter? They are really in love with the sport. And my job is to coach you up, Coach Corp. You can find me, trust me, find me, look for me, because that's how this stuff works. You want to get discovered, be discoverable. Well, thank you for watching. Have a blessed day, and may God continue to bless.